Hey friends, let's talk about reconstituting your peptides. This gets people tripped up a little bit. They think it's kind of complicated, but we're going to break it down. So I'm going to reconstitute congrillinotide. I'm using my insulin needle to do this. You will get one of these from me if you come and buy. I've got my reconstitution solution ready to go, which again, you will also have bought. It's also called bacterial static water. You're going to pull the cap off of your peptide. You should also pull the cap off of your reconstitution solution, and you're going to fill up your syringe. Now, here's the tricky part. Most peptides come in 5 milligrams or 10 milligrams. Some you'll see in 6 milligrams, and you'll have blends. The blends get a little more complicated. But most of the time, if you've got a 5 milligram peptide, you're going to put 2 mLs of your bacterial water into the peptide. And you remember, all peptides are powders and you have to put fluid in them. And so that's what we're doing here at home. And I'm taking 100 units, which is also going to be 1 milliliter of bacterial static water. And I'm going to insert that into the peptide. And I'm going to do this twice. Now, as a rule of thumb, 5 milligrams gets 2 mLs of bacterial static water, and 10 milligram peptides get 3 milliliters of bacterial static water. So instead of doing this twice, you would do it 3 times. And then once you've got the whole insulin syringe filled, you're slowly going to insert that into the peptide. And remember, you're going to want to angle the needle to the side. So when you stick that into the rubber piece in the middle, you just kind of tilt the peptide to the side so you're not shooting the water straight down into the powder. These little peptides are fragile, and so we're not trying to disrupt the compound. So we kind of slowly let that water sink down into the peptide at an angle. And so again, you're going to watch me do this another time. And then once we have done this, 2 milliliters into our peptide, and this is a 5 milligram peptide, just as a reminder, I will be ready to go with my dosing. And again, when you work with me, we write out the dosing so it's not complicated. For me, I'm going to take this congrillinotide Monday, Wednesday, Fridays at an 8 tick mark on my insulin needle. So it's just below the 10 mark. And then that's what I'm going to insert. So the peptide calculator by Jay Campbell is the best resource I have for figuring out your dosage. And that includes putting in the bacterial static water. So this really isn't too complicated when you keep it as a rule of thumb. 2 mLs go for a 5 milligram peptide, and 3 mLs go in for a 10 milligram peptide. I hope we've kind of demystified some of the complications of getting started. And reconstituting can feel overwhelming, but it doesn't have to. Voila! Now my peptide is ready to be used tomorrow morning. Thanks so much.